What was working with her like? Just like the actual working process.
It was great, like because to me she's like a musician, not just an artist that comes and sings. No, she is a creative, and she inspires me to think outside of the box. Like because you have this special artist that can pull off any craziness you can do. You know what I mean? Any crazy sound, she sells it. She had that kind of thing. And plus, we never forget the commercial pop, big choruses, stuff like that. So it was just magical. And her lyrics, she's the best songwriter, like lyrically songwriter that I've ever worked with, like hands down. Like, and you know what I love about her? Like when she comes up with the lyrics so fast, and you say, maybe you can change this. She's like, oh, what about we say this? A whole new line that's like even better. And she kills you with better and better and better and better and better. So, it's like it's overwhelming of her creativity, so it's fun, and it was magical. Yeah.
When you guys are in the studio and you're not seeing anyone and you're behind closed doors, does she show up in the full Lady Gaga look when you're
the thing is, like, I mean, she's very focused, she is in that world, like she lives she believes what she does. It's not like she's pretending. But one thing that I noticed in her and a few people in my life that I saw has this quality, which is she wants to sell how great she is to anybody. It doesn't matter if he's just an engineer or just like somebody that's just doing a few weeks working, kind of thing, or a big president of a company. Whoever comes, she just shows them the vision. Like she starts singing and performing for them. Like Bono, you see Bono, like I worked with you too, stuff like that. You see Bono, the same thing. He's like singing like he's singing for 80,000 people in just the studio. It's like they have this thing that like they live what they do. So it was a very, very special, magical moment, very magical moment. And she is incredible.
Tell us something about her that would shock us. Like, what would shock me to hear about Lady Gaga?
Shock. Oh, I mean, it's the whole Lady Gaga is a shock, because like she is special. And when the first day I met her, like what she was wearing, I was like, very different, like this Adidas shorts and with the long socks and high heels and glasses, and she was like a different person, like a different. You feel something special. And then when she starts talking, how intelligent she is, and it's like that's already to me is a star, So something that shocks, I don't know, like I have nothing nothing negative to say at all. It's just that you feel a presence of an incredible artist with you for sure.
How did you come to work with JLO with On the Floor?
On the Floor, I was in Morocco. I was with my family and friends in McDonald's in Morocco, and I get a call from Def Jam. The brother of Akon, Boo, was an A&R with LA Reid, and they reached out to me. It's like, hey, Red, we would love you to work with JLO. Are you open to have a meeting with her? Stuff like that. I was like, okay, I'm in Morocco now, but when I come back, we'll sit down. But I remember, like a lot of people at that time, JLO was not happy. It was like her, when she was a little bit kind of not happening, and again, like a lot of people, almost everybody advised me not to work with her. It's like it's stupid because she's JLO in my eyes, But my wife and Martin Kerzema from Interscope, they're the only people that told me, actually, no. Even nobody, would gamble on JLO. Like if you give her a hit, she will happen. And my wife told me actually that JLO for us women, she's an icon, like in fashion and everything. She just needs that one song, and then she's the biggest again. It's just. But for us, she's always relevant as a woman. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, do it. And then and I had On the Floor for 2 years in my laptop, And I was like, okay. And I remember this On the Floor song that I have. I wrote it with this girl called Key. and she's the wife of Sebastian Ingrosso from Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah.
You know, she's an incredible writer. So I had that song for 2 years, and I'm like, this might work for her because it's like a global la 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 la, you know, and it's don't. So I played it for her in the studio, and I played it for L.A. Reid, you know, and they loved it, and she loved it too, and actually was the first woman in the history that reaches over 1 billion views on YouTube. So it was an incredible moment, and that changed everything. Like JLo became, since then she's still up there, you know.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful moment.
And people literally at that point said, "Don't work with her. Like, this isn't a smart move."
I swear, I was shocked because for me, I still see JLo is JLo. Okay, people can have flops, but it doesn't mean that they're not stars. A flop can happen, but then you can have a hit, and then, but people sometimes in the industry they judge quick, and oh, it's not hot, not hot. But that's what they were telling me, like, don't work with her. It's not good for your brand, for your name, for this, for that. But I listened to my wife primarily, and then Martin Kersenbaum, and I just did it from my heart because I love JLo, and that moment of Selena was a changing thing for me when I watched that movie. That moment got me inspired to do the album Cat de Luna. So it means a lot to me personally. So and to us, you know. So I did it, and thank God I wasn't wrong, and we were not wrong, and it exploded like crazy.
I was gonna say, aren't you happy that your wife convinced you to work with JLo?
Yes, I'm happy, of course, because I made history. We made history. She made history. Like it's something that's very unique. And can I tell you something? I still hear that song. I travel a lot in the world, you know, and wherever you go, On the Floor is playing. Is always playing, and the sound of it. It was not like, oh, that's just that era or that era. The sound is like timeless. And then, you know, so I'm happy, you know.
And JLo, like Lady Gaga, has a work ethic. Like, I imagine their work ethics were both amazing.
Unbelievable. I mean, JLo is something that's like, I always compare her to I don't know if you know Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He's like the number one in the world. Like, and his work ethic is incredible. Like, he's this professional that's like Superman, you know. And honestly, JLo, she's a superwoman for sure, because the way she takes everything so serious in terms of being on time, being the best shape she can be when it's the time for video or when it's time for this, and she has 5 jobs. Like, she's a director, she's a producer, she's an actress, she's a star, she's everything, and she has a schedule, and she will wake up 5 a.m. and it's just like. She's very, very special, and that's I think that's part of her success. Like, the huge part of her success is her mental, you know, how good she is. Of course, she's a star. She's talented, because you cannot become a star just by luck, you know. But to maintain that level, it's not easy. It's not everybody can do it. You know, JLo is a superwoman.
She is a superwoman. Are you shocked? You know, she's back with Ben Affleck now.
Of course, a little bit, because it's like a weird part of history. Like it happened, you know, because she was with Ben Affleck before when I just used to see her as JLo, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I met her, she was married to Mark Anthony, who was a dear friend of mine, dear brother. So that's why at that period when we met, you know. But now to see her with him, it's like weird, you know. But it's great. Whatever makes her happy, you know, that's what's most important, because life is too short.